And another leader in the clubhouse at any rate. Let's put it that way. Michael Patrick Shields, who is not with us. That's the reason I'm here. My name is Rich Kincaid. I'm always delighted when Michael Patrick asks me to come in and fill in for him. And Michael's always delighted too because he always sounds so good by comparison when he comes back. But Michael, you're over in the Kohler, Wisconsin area where we just a couple weeks ago saw the PGA Championship, and I can't imagine you're having anything but a great time.
Yeah, Rich, it's called Kohler for a reason, and that's because 137 years ago, there was an immigrant named Kohler who came here and founded the plumbing company. If you've ever, stood in front of a urinal or been in a bathroom and seen a fixture, Kohler is like the giant name in plumbing.
Michael Patrick, my wife and I actually took a plumbing fixture to an architect and had him design our entire house around it.
Only you would do that. I believe it. To do it here at Destination Kohler, I'm actually sitting in my in-room Kohler jacuzzi right now. How's that?
As long as you have a bathing suit on, I'm a little concerned about the imagery here. Just say you've got one on and we're good to go.
I'm totally commando, and here's the flashing if you don't believe me. Okay, I got to test out the plumbing.
Well, you know what? I got to ask you: is this the first time you've ever done radio naked?
I can't tell you that.
Okay, guys. Next topic.
I mean, you're sitting there in front of those Fox 47 cameras. I'm here in the privacy of my suite at the American Club.
Absolutely right. And I don't know. Maybe we'll come up with an artist rendition of some sort. Poor Amanda. She's she's just This is like the worst morning ever for Amanda now. So, well, tell us about the area over there. How does it compare, for example, to our great golf areas such as Boyne?
Well, a lot of people have talked about the fact that we're right across Lake Michigan from Arcadia Bluffs, which is a similar course to Whistling Straits in that it's high on Lake Michigan. Both are meant to be links-style courses, and of course Arcadia Bluffs is a Rick Smith design, and Pete Dye did the diabolical Whistling Straits with over 1,000 bunkers. So we're neighbors, I guess, across Lake Michigan. The interesting thing about Kohler that I was surprised by is I'd always read that the American Club was top-notch luxury in the Midwest, and it certainly is. That's the main hotel that is part of the Kohler Resort. But at one time, it was a dormitory for immigrant workers who came to work for the Kohler Company. So when you come here to Whistling Straits, and the Black Wolf Run course is also famous too because they had the U.S. Women's Open and the Accenture Match Play was there. But really, the golf courses and the resort hotel are part of the Kohler town. So you're in the middle of the Kohler factories, the Kohler offices, and the neighborhood that was spun by Kohler. And when you say, wait a minute, you're at a resort in the middle of a factory, that doesn't sound very nice. Let me tell you this. It's a stylish factory, the kind like you would see if you remember Willy Wonka. And it's all hidden in the trees, and it's like a museum to industry. And in fact, right next to the hotel is the Kohler Design Center, and you can go in there as you know, Rich, and see 8 million different versions of plumbing from the time of the original Kohler up through now. So really unique in that regard, and that there obviously is a Kohler water spa, which I expect to be outstanding. I'll see that later today. But it's if you wanted to see an American industrial company that has decided to really give back to their employees and give them a good lifestyle and give them recreation activities and have them all be very near and sort of concentrate on that family unit and then provide luxury for the people who come to visit, this is what the place is all about.
Well, that's what we'd like to see everywhere, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really unique.
Listen, Whistling Straits now is now home to the world's most famous bunker, we think. Is it a case now where golfers go out there and they want to drop a ball at that spot on the 18th hole and see how they play it? I would imagine it is. They're going to have to put a plaque or something out there, aren't they?
Oh, very definitely. Everybody wants to see the Dustin Johnson bunker where he accidentally grounded his club thinking he was on scrubby ground when, in fact, he was in a bunker, and it cost him the PGA Championship, or at least a shot at it. And they could put a plaque there, but it wouldn't last long because, there's sand and scrub all over the place. And the thing that I'm looking forward to, because I'm going out to the Straits later today, is that everybody saw it on television and they saw how fearsome the golf course looked and how severe it looked. But I'm told if you play for the proper tees, and for you and me, that's pretty short. There's
Well, I
plenty
play
of
the
room to hit
third
the
most
ball.
back. Yeah. Well, if there's 4 sets of tees, I'll play from the third most back.
Yeah, I'll get as far up as I can, especially on a pitch like that. But
Yeah.
that's what it's all about. There's plenty of room to hit the ball. I'm not going to play it from where Dustin Johnson played,
Right.
Nor do I advise anybody do that. These PGA Tour players are, the top 1% in the world.
Well, there you go.
So I'll enjoy the scenery, and if I look across the lake, I can probably see Charlevoix and Arcadia Bluffs, and that has to look really hard. But we're right across Lake Michigan from you now.
Okay, but if you can see Russia from there, then you've got cause to be concerned.
I can see Russia from my house.
I'll tell you. You know what? I know Mark Wilson over there at Watermark in Grand Rapids, and while that ruling was being made, to see him on camera and to hear his explanation, I thought he explained it just fine, but I still think it was a bad ruling. Who's to say that what was it, like 4 square inches of dirt, wasn't caused by the gallery over the course of the week's play. However, they did hand out that set of local rules that were in effect for the PGA Championship, and I guess that pretty much covered it.
We're talking about over 1,000 bunkers.
Well, they couldn't count
course.
them. They could only say over 1,000. They couldn't literally count how many bunkers there are.
Because the golf course is changing constantly. I mean, it's evolving. It's, 13 years old now. And, they're going to have to figure out what to do because the PGA Championship is coming back here in 5 years. And I'm sure they don't want an incident like that again, as much notoriety as it gave the place. But, nevertheless, it's a unique course. There's no doubt about it.
Sure. Well, I tell you what, I think notoriety is a good thing. Usually, no matter how you come across it, I think that's going to be a good thing for Whistling Straits, and I'm sure there'll be more major championships there. What do you think of Corey Pavin putting Tiger Woods on the Ryder Cup team?
To tell you the truth, I thought that, when I played with Corey Pavin last year in the Buick Slam, and it was a great experience. He was a really fun guy, and he didn't. I said, how hard are you working on the captain thing? And he said, no, there's this and that to do. But I think that the way that he approaches things, Corey Pavin, is a likable guy. He's going to keep all those rookies on the team very loose and very relaxed. I just hope that having Tiger there doesn't have loose, relaxed atmosphere because you remember the Americans won the last Ryder Cup without Tiger Woods. There were a lot of people who said it was because it's a sideshow. And because of the life. So I kind of wish Tiger Woods would have said, thank you, no thank you. I'll sit this one out, Corey, and see you.
An interesting take, as always. Michael Patrick, enjoy your jacuzzi. Thanks for joining us on your show, and thanks again for letting me sit in for you here on this Friday. Take care, my friend. Michael Patrick off to Whistling Straits. We're off to a break, and then we'll be back with more of Michael Patrick's show in just a moment.